I am about to have a very controversial take, but fuck it, here it goes. Ja Morant should go to the Celtics. Now look, I know a lot of y'all are not gonna agree, but when we look at the Celtics right now, what do they need? They need an aggressive point guard who truly knows how to play the position. And no, I'm not talking about a Derek White, or I'm not talking about a Peyton Pritchard. Derek White is not a playmaker. He is a three-point shooter and one of the best defensive guards in basketball. Peyton Pritchard is a pure scorer. None of them can play make to the extent of what the team actually needs. When we look at Ja Morant, look at his best postseason run, 2022, right? And we could look at recent highlights too, but I think that's the best example to use. He was a great playmaker. He fed the team. He gave Brandon Clark, Steven Adams constant alley-oops. And he was such a threat from the inside that he knew how to use his gravity. And the Celtics need that right now. When you think of the Celtics team, they go by the three-point motto. Live by the three or die by it. And the Celtics have a very simple offense, right? Drive, kick it out for three. If you could get somebody like Ja Morant, who could easily use gravity towards his advantage and kick it out for threes, I think we're talking about a better roster. And let's be honest here, this roster needs some reconstruction. All of the role players did nothing in the playoffs when it actually mattered. Clearly overperformed last year, and it needs a huge change. Now, something I will say is, this team never really had a true point guard. After 2023, there were talks, right? But the team was so talented, it didn't even matter. The Celtics won a championship. And I'm not saying Jrue Holiday wasn't a good point guard, but he definitely wasn't like a playmaker like that, let's be honest though. He was more of a 3-and-D player. 2025 comes, the roster is still very talented, they win like 63 games. Obviously they lose, but 2026 comes and this is supposed to be a rebuilding year. The Celtics aren't thinking of getting a point guard for the future. They overperform and then they blow a 3-1 lead to the Sixers, a team that went outside to the Knicks. So if we think about it here, we really gotta look at the Celtics situation and be realistic here. Does a guy like Derek White or Peyton Pritchard, should they really stay on the team? If Ja Morant comes around and the trade package is good for him, why not get Ja? We're talking about a player, when healthy, knows how to suck the gravity and knows how to use it. Pause. And that's huge, because how many players don't use their gravity the right way in the NBA? Look at somebody like Zion Williamson. Technically, he could be one of the best playmakers in the NBA, because he's one of the best paint finishers in the NBA. But it's the pure fact that he doesn't know how to play make. It really limits his playstyle. Ja Morant, that's not the case with him. He knows how to kick it out. He knows how to hit somebody for an alley-oop. He knows how to make the good decision. At this point of his career, he's entering that veteran stage. We're not talking about the young athletic Ja Morant that everybody glazed back then. We're talking about a new and improved version that really wants a redemption story. And what better place for that than Boston? Now, I think Derek White does need to go. I think that last season, absolutely brutal, did terrible in the playoffs too. So I think if the Celtics can trade Derek White for Ja Morant, I think it's a good trade. Because look, Ja Morant, obviously a very aggressive finisher, he just does more than Derek White at this point. And I'm not saying Derek White, he's a bad player all of a sudden. He still had his good moments, right? But we gotta be realistic here. His time is coming to an end. Something franchises do that I don't like is hold on to players way too much or way too long. Brad Stevens isn't that guy. When Marcus Smart's time came up for the right package, Brad Stevens, he traded him. And I think this might have to be the same case here. Look, Boston, we love Derek White. He brought the city a championship. He's one of the best players in our history. I don't care what y'all say. But at the end of the day, we gotta be realistic with ourselves. Is this still the same player from 2024? No, he didn't look like it at least. So if you could get somebody like Ja Morant, somebody who's young and wants a redemption story, for Derek White, somebody who is clearly on the decline and you could trade for really good assets, I don't see why not. You could probably get like a first round pick too that you could flip for another role player. I'm just saying here, Ja Morant on the Celtics, it makes sense. That 3-point game is really gonna evolve on the Celtics too, because he's gonna have more looks. Teams don't respect Ja Morant from the 3-point line. But if he's on the Celtics, Joe Mazzulla is gonna make him a 3-point shooter. And trust me, that's scary for the rest of the league. Because if we have Ja Morant out here shooting 3-pointers while also attacking the rim and being a great playmaker, where does that put the Celtics right now? Think about it. Ja Morant, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and some competent role players. We're talking about the best team in the East by far. I don't think Ja Morant's contract is much of an issue either. They could work around it. And we know that the Celtics, they need firepower right now. They're running out of firepower, their bench had a really fraud season. They need somebody who could just go into the lineup and attack everybody, use their gravity the right way, and overall positively impact the game. Again, a playmaker. And is there another perfect guy for that isn't Ja Morant? Real question. Ja Morant just fits the Celtics system so much. And again, this dude wants a redemption story. Let's think about it. After 2022, his best season by far, 2023 comes around, has a good season, but he gets suspended for doing the goofy shit, right? Which he's obviously learned from. Lesson learned. Gets injured in the playoffs, they lose to the Lakers in 6. Okay, next year rolls around, he's injured for the whole season. 2025 rolls around, has a bad season, doesn't even play that much. They got swept by the Thunder. 2026 comes around, it's the same story. He really wants a redemption story, and I think Boston, a contender most years, is a perfect place for that. Think about it. Boston is one of the most popular franchises in sports. If Ja Morant could head to a big destination such as Boston, all eyes are on him, and he could have the greatest comeback story we've ever seen. A lot of people are saying that Ja Morant fell off or he's just not the same, and it's true. But if he really wants to make a comeback, I think what better place than to go to the Celtics. But that's just my opinion, y'all. I'm not saying that's a perfect idea, I'm just saying that's a good idea. I'm saying that, fuck it, it's worth a shot if you're Boston. But if y'all enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and until later, I'll see y'all on Mars. Peace.
You telling me you falling out of love with me. Hope you can find someone to love you better than I did. Taking our memories on love and treating it like nothing. Taking our memories on love and treating it like gossip. It's my love for my grandmother make me gentle when I care for you. Tell me you're falling out of love, she's breaking my heart in two.